Jersey, hoping to push it another game. The Spurs can end it right here tonight.
Jefferson penetrates and gives it to Collins. Block shot inside. Robinson pulls it down. Tony Parker looking for a pick from Duncan. Gives it right back to him. And now Tim driving on Kenyon Martin. And got it.
We have seen literally every shot imaginable in this series from Tim Duncan. Is there anything you can't do? How do you guard a guy that skilled, that versatile, that complete?
Martin faces Duncan.
Too much standing around.
And another shot blocked inside. Almost halfway through the quarter. We haven't seen a foul yet. And Tim Duncan's got his second basket off the glass. Spurs are approaching 3.5 minutes without a field goal. And that one doesn't go either, but Duncan will take another, and he knocks it in.
Where would the Spurs be without Tim Duncan?
Probably not in this series, that's for sure.
Jeez.
Jefferson, nice feed inside to Williams, but Tim Duncan has blocked his third shot of the quarter.
Duncan wants it down low. 21 seconds left. The feed to Jackson as he slices through the lane. Kerr, who had 6 points in the fourth quarter, 2 big shots, and an even bigger steal that helped seal Game 5. He's in there, and so is Speedy Claxton. Nice feed from Duncan to Jackson, and Jackson points as if to say, thanks, Tim. Kerr wanted it to get it to Duncan so badly, he waited until he fell down and got back up, and then Duncan inside, outside to Speedy Claxton, and just that quickly, Speedy's in the books. Inside, outside, and Claxton knocks it down again. When Duncan draws a double team, Claxton's been wide open.
Not forget that Aaron Williams' grandmother suffered a life-threatening stroke in the Detroit series in the Eastern Conference Finals. He had to miss some time.
Tim Duncan, chance for a three-point play.
Zone defense again, and
just like
Kenyon
that.
Martin got it inside.
Block shot by Duncan.
But Collins is there. Duncan with his 4th block shot. Here's Duncan. Kick out to Bowen. Good three-point shooter. Got it!
I think things are changing, though. San Antonio starting to come alive.
Duncan blocks another shot.
He's going to set the record in the first half.
He's got 5. Under 2 minutes now in the second quarter.
Nice double team, Robinson.
Kidd, he'll take a 3. Duncan made a pass at him, or he might have hit it, and now it's Tony Parker, the rebound. Duncan's in front. He didn't see him in time. Now he got it to him off the glass, in and out. Duncan's second chance. Spurs down 4, a chance to cut further into the Nets' lead that at one point was 10.
Nice pass.
Robinson from Duncan.
They play so well together on both ends.
Duncan in the low block for the tie. Got it!
Tied for the first time tonight.
And that's the 11th turnover of the night for San Antonio. They're playing far too tight. Parker, Bowen, Ginobili, Rose have got to come alive.
The extra pass, Duncan to Robinson.
And Tim Duncan is working on a quadruple double.
Duncan trying to get it to Robinson and can't find the opening. Tim will take the outside shot and got it. Duncan's first basket of the quarter from the outside. He's got 16 points. Collins with 4 on the bench now. Mutombo in there. He'll guard Duncan. Not from out there, he won't.
And Duncan got another.
We are looking at a flawless performance.
Claxton gets it to Duncan, who faces Mutombo. Duncan scores inside.
Big guys aren't supposed to cross over like that.
What a master. What a talent. Rodgers should be able to punish Jackson.
Backing him in. Up and under, blocked by Duncan.
Of course, Duncan knew that too, so he was waiting for that.
You've got to let Duncan isolate against Mutombo here. Nice.
Rose is all alone. They came over to help out. And Duncan, the assist man, finds Rose.
Rodgers packs it back inside of Martin.
Blocked by Duncan. That's his 31st block shot of this series. That's a new record.
7th of the game tonight for Duncan. You cannot just go right into his face and throw up weak stuff.
Duncan gives it up. Jackson for the first lead. Got it! They've come up empty on their last 7 trips, have the Nets offensively. Now it's Duncan backing in. The kick out. Jackson's hit 2 big threes. He's hit 3.
You would think that they would stay at home on him.
Gary Kittle's trying to answer. Robinson pulls it down. That's right. Byron Scott said that he didn't think Steven Jackson gave enough effort in staying in shape to try to improve himself. San Antonio, a lot of people talked about their 99 title having an asterisk next to it. The 2003 title's about to have an exclamation point next to it. The San Antonio Spurs are your world champions.
Your 2-time consecutive NBA MVP is the most valuable player of the 2003 NBA Finals. Congratulations, Tim Duncan.
Exquisite post move. Oh, he goes and dunks it home.
I tell you what, physically, he looks a lot better. Oh, that's and one. That's an outstanding pass there from Danny Green. Great cut from Timmy Duncan.
In a great position to get in the playoffs with a win here tonight. Duncan takes, scores.
Nice.
And the foul. He's going to go to the line.
That's called footwork, and that's called Mr. Fundamental. That's why you see so many Rockets getting wide open on the perimeter.
Duncan wheels in.
Oh, boy.
Up and under. Got it for...
Tim,
Absolutely. Just baiting him in there, waiting for the defense to commit. Nice little up and under.
And scored tons of points. He posted it. How about Duncan getting up for the alley-oop? First game as a 37-year-old. His birthday was yesterday.
By Oklahoma City.
come here, Serge.
Welcome to my poster, my friend. Click, click. Kodak.
Down by 1. Tim Duncan. He got fouled and one.
I mean, you see Chris Paul and Danny Green doesn't look good. Timmy doesn't shoot that first one. You're concerned. There's the feeling it. This is outstanding effort and focus.
Spurs are running. Early offense for Duncan. Over Brad. 6 points for the 14-time All-Star.
Ginobili play catch. Ginobili right back to Duncan. Spins. Beautiful. DR. Duncan into Kirk.
2 for 9. The soul on Duncan. Duncan. It's 3 rebounds and an assist after 1. Spurs by 9.
Comes Manu. No foul called there.
Timmy on the drive. Got it.
How about Timmy taking a page out of Tiana?
Comes away with it, and here come the Spurs. Green gets it ahead. Duncan
Running out of gas. That's when we started to get a little tired on the road.
Oh, what a move by
Once again from Tim Duncan.
Duncan against Spates. Got it off the rim. Bonner to Leonard, down to Timmy. Inside.
The fans try to support the Lakers. Duncan over Howard. Back block.
Now here, I'm going to give you a little paint, and I'm going to show you the jump hook.
Durant. Not to wait. 17th season with the Spurs.
Tim Duncan turning back the hands of time right here. And the creativity.
Duncan says no.
It's outstanding defense there by Danny Green.
To Curry. Bogan. And Tim
Duncan says no.
He's trying to go top shelf, and it's no food for you, Andrew.
4 attempts, and the Spurs 17-8 leaders. Duncan with the block. Thanks to this one.
Omar's going in.
Spates blocked by Duncan. Livingston, a great pass. Duncan.
Oh, there's the. It was after an unbelievable shot.
Waiters to the rack. Blocked by.
The Waiters has played a determined game today, but.
And on the drive, Lee.
Timmy just controlling.
Curry right back to Lee. Blocked by. His 4th block of the night. Duncan 4th. Blocked inside. Bledsoe got him back.
Here's Crawford. Spinning shot. Good block. Durant.
Get the loose basketball. Meeks all the way. He tried to
Lee. Lee on the drive. Blocked by Duncan. Of the night. Curry. Blockley stripped. Instead gets it to Allen. Shot blocked by Duncan.
Driving kick and 3 pointers. Or especially early on seasons he's been in the NBA, he's averaged over 20-plus points against Oklahoma City in the regular season. Duncan is in and best friend on the team, and it's almost like they had no more life there the second half of the season.
Duncan over Valanciunas. It was difficult in the lockout year for Tim to get, or anybody to get much. Finds Tim. Has all 4 of the Spurs points. Make it all 6 of them. Manu for Tim, who? Manu with a nice drive. Wrap around pass to Tim. There's the. Tony has 21. Finds Tim with that, and then the scoring came. 13th tie of the game. Duncan
just know when these two teams get together, it's going to be an exciting game. If it's low scoring, back out it comes. Duncan, what a cherry.
To Duncan.
Timmy. Not a shooting foul, though, and that's what upset Tony. Aldridge in the game to guard Tim Duncan on the shot clock. Tim over Ashiq. Got it. Ashiq with it. Pawing away. They love to get another foul on him. 3 seconds to go. Timmy. Got it! When they don't get shots. It's when they turn the ball over. Tim. Got him. Ginobili 23. Timmy. Hello!
sore left knee. Neither did Duncan. Duncan over Duncan. In for the injured Tony Parker. Inside, Green works around him. Duncan steps into the jumper. And Neal setting things up. 10 to shoot. High low. Duncan! He was just trying to... Dirk needed some time, even when he came back. Duncan Spurs. They lead Duncan's three, and he takes...
Timmy coming up 28 and 19 against the Mavs. Still got the shoot. Off the warm-ups as well. Timmy on the drive. Strong. And he's a tough kid. Going from stiff to... Duncan going to work inside. The lefty hook. 8 on the shot clock for Timmy against Thompson again. Got it off the screen. That's how impressive their win at Houston and then at New Orleans have been. Well, that means a mark here in this first quarter. Duncan knocks it. Green to Duncan. Timmy. In his 8 previous meetings against the Spurs have controlled him better than any other team. Timmy, the off-balance shot for us.
Timmy against Andrew Bogut. Bogut he's done a terrific job on Tim Duncan over the years. He's become content with just passing the ball around the hole.
Timmy backing down on Bogut.
Wow. And lays it. He is 6th in assists. 4 on the clock. Duncan knocks it down. On the road for the first time in franchise history. They're 21 and 15. Bonner steals it. Parker looking to Timmy. Oh, mama! 6 in the shot clock for Duncan. Here's DeAndre Jordan. Timmy the fadeaway. Parker swings it to Duncan. Over Chris Paul. They win. Timmy got it to Green. Oh, the Spurs inside to Duncan. Yes.
Parker finds Duncan alone. Hesitated for a moment, then knocks it. Parker whips it right back to Duncan from 18 feet. And he, a 2-man game between he and Tim Duncan. The big fundamental. Meeks up in the jersey of Green. Duncan's going to take the Saul on the floor and caught by the rim. Caught by Tim Duncan. Yeah. Duncan!
Tremendous outlet pass. Leonard just missed the easy one.
Duncan. D'Antoni again with a hamstring injury with Nash. One of the 2 taxing.
Trying to play. Meanwhile, guys, the Spurs, Manu Ginobili will play, but is limited to 20.
More. He's missed some open shots as Duncan left open. Missed the 23-point game against San Antonio. Duncan.
He's just got to square his body up a little bit more, but that is just true.
0 for 2 at the line that time, and Duncan takes roster. Top 4 guards out here tonight. Duncan comes to the basket.
Feet, it's in my game. Now watch this. See how he
at all this year. Hard to do that against a great team like the Spurs. Duncan, and as Darius Morris took a hit there on the hip, and the Lakers cannot afford another injury And Duncan, as he came to the basket, early part of the first quarter here tonight, only led by 2 in games 1 and 2.
The complete plays like Bogut just missed right then.
Duncan.
His ascension as the competition has gotten stronger.
Boy, Duncan banks it in and gets bumped by Ezeli. As he quick Parker gets away. Back out to Duncan. Has to put it up. Shot clock expired. Ginobili, nice pass to Duncan. Right away. $5,000 fine on the first one. Duncan doubles, gets away. As if they need a replay to respond. Duncan had a huge overtime period. And start points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Duncan. Duncan drives on Gasol, banks it in the mouth. As Duncan forced the contact, and Duncan, 2 quick buckets here in the OT.
5.5 to go in this first half. Great vision. It's Duncan to Leonard darting towards the rim.
Thompson. Manu cuts through the splitter. Nice for 82%. Manu from Timmy. Got it. Got ejected in that first half. Timmy underneath. Tim. To Nanda. The scoreboard.
Yeah, well, you don't want the players to be confused. They're not out there keeping score.
Need the ball. If I need to take over, I take over.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Braves days. Underneath. Timmy to the front court. Back to Tim Duncan. They lost.
When people aren't closing to you, just catch and shoot.
Under 3 to play in the third. Duncan, pretty bounce pass, and Boris Diaw finishes.
What a great pass from Ginobili to Duncan. That's down the floor.
Duncan to Ginobili, layup. Time off right now. Under 2.5 remaining. Splitter.
Make the trip to the sore left knee. Neither did Duncan. Duncan over Meek.
Get out on Dion. He'll shoot it. Duncan's still looking for his first.
There's great position right there, and this is his patentage.
Isolation for Duncan against Jefferson. Great show and go. Oh!
Goes the big picture outlook.
Birdman took a shot. San Antonio over the limit.
Footwork, triple threat.
That was the ball.
Hit Birdman in the face with the ball, and then take
the Diaw screen. Sidestepping into the paint, there's Duncan, and that is point number 25,000 for Tim Duncan. Just then.
Duncan in front of the shot by Tim Duncan, who's got 10 in the game.
Yeah, a long time.
Now Joey Dorsey will try to stay with Duncan. Duncan off the goal.
The lob into Duncan. Duncan with 3, running right hand hook. It's good. 1.4 to go. Timeout, Monty Williams.
There's a notion about a 3. Duncan again, right back to Duncan. As we're bodying him up, Duncan.
Early offense for Duncan. Over Brad.
Facing Ibaka. Duncan working hard to get inside.
Tim Duncan. Old man Riverwalk, is that what they call him?
Old man Riverwalk.
He starts at 1 forward, 7 foot from Wake Forest University. The MVP, 21, Tim Duncan.
5 straight on the road. But during the course of the regular season, not a good shot. Here comes Jason Kidd in a hurry. Martin around Duncan. Duncan got a hand on it.
His best percentage shooter is Lucius Harris at 42%.
Here's Jackson, who took a terrible shot last time. That's a better assist. And Tim Duncan out of the timeout, a chance for a 3-point play.
Who can penetrate, draw the defense, and just dump it off for the easy finish.
And grown more in the last 18 months in the NBA than Kenyon Martin.
I would say last 4 months, he's been incredible.
And David Robinson. And with a couple of big guys in front of him, neither jumped in the way of the shot.
What a pass.
Kittle's baseline, blocked by Duncan.
They've been either getting to the rim and finishing or getting to the rim and getting stripped. It's a tough matchup right here for Steven Jackson.
Harris blocked by Duncan.
Duncan always keeps the ball in play with his block. New Jersey's attack was absolutely fabulous against Detroit, Johnson.
Tim Duncan puts it in, and again a chance to add one. Williams has 2 now, as does Martin.
Then patient. A 6-time All-Star, excuse me, 5-time All-Star.
He touched it. Dikembe Mutombo, comes over and double teams.
There comes Johnson to double team. That leaves Claxton wide open, and he knocks down the jumper.
Playing together for a couple of years, you have an idea where your big man's going.
Tim Duncan, Ginobili had Jefferson get on him in a hurry, and now takes about 3 steps with no traveling violation. His kid had a hand on it.
Kenyon Martin is everywhere.
Duncan off the glass. 5 of 11 for the Spurs. That's horrible, as Bill would say. But Duncan rips it. Jason Collins, Kenyon Martin, each with 3 fouls here within the first 51 seconds of the third quarter. And Tim Duncan knocked them both down, so he's in double figures. Martin gets set defensively. And Duncan gives it up. Parker will try a 3. Got it!
It's the NBA Finals. You've got to take it yourself.
Parker on the pick and roll, back to Duncan. Duncan knocks it down outside. 12 points, 12 rebounds for the big fella.
Tim Duncan, though, who played against David Robinson when Tim Duncan was in college at Wake Forest, and David Robinson.
7 straight points now in the last minute and a half by the Nets to close that 10-point gap down to where we are, a 3-point lead. Duncan over Kenyon Martin.
That would be the worst thing that would ever happen.
Duncan with Martin on his hip. Duncan, another tough shot. 8 this quarter, 16 for the game. The big guy, Tim Duncan. How tough has he been this quarter?
With him, he can go right shoulder, left shoulder, jump shot, jump hook, runner. It doesn't matter. He's got it all.
And he's got the free throw. Right?
And George Gervin. Tim Duncan was born.
Shooting this quarter has been all San Antonio. They stretch their lead to a dozen with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Game 1 of the NBA Finals in San Antonio. Tim Duncan continuing to put on a third quarter show.
Nice dribble handoff, Jason Collins.
Rogers doesn't get it. Duncan cleans the glass again. Great pass. Jackson, look out!
That he just forced the over-the-top pass right on the mark, the throwdown. That is the MVP.
And I don't think it's hyperbole to say, I know he's got a lot of years ahead of him, but I think Tim Duncan, you could say right now, is going to be...
Popovich wisely brings Parker right back in.
Jackson with 4 on the shot clock. Duncan may have gotten away with a push for the offensive rebound, but he
kept him under control in transition.
They're doing a good job of making them play to their weaknesses.
Tim Duncan, and he's Duncan.
The ball game, it does you no good to leave him on the bench. I don't think you go down 18, 19 points, it's already over.
Tim Duncan starting to think that right now that it might be over. He's put on an unbelievable performance in this last basket.
You are not going to win the NBA championship by playing conservatively.
We look back at some point, Tim Duncan was only 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Now he has 27, 15, and 5.
No interior defensive presence for the Nets.
Kenyon Martin goes strong, had it blocked.
8 blocks. Duncan right there. And how many did Robinson have? 4 for David Robinson.
Oh, what a shot by Duncan.
Like I said, you can't play any single one move with Tim Duncan. A little bit. I don't know if they can score on the half court consistently enough.
The way they're going to score on the half court.
Now, you can't be afraid to attack against it. If they're going to press you, they can play. Nice.
Duncan, a great leave for Robinson and for the bucket. But Harris runs into Collins around the pick. And Duncan blocks another shot at Kenyon Martin's.
And give credit to Parker and Bowen. I thought they were the ones that opened it up in the third quarter with their aggressiveness by Parker and perimeter shooting by Bowen.
You've got to get more, infinitely more out of Jason Kidd.
They're in deep trouble.
We'll find out Friday.
We'll find out on Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. That is the final. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker, All-Stars. We'll be talking about more about it when we come back.
A sold-out SBC Center. San Antonio, Texas. It is Game 2 of the ABC Championship NBA Finals. And it's the San Antonio Spurs up 1-0 over New Jersey in the best of 7.
He starts as one forward, 7 foot from Wake Forest University. 21, Tim Duncan.
If we had double teamed him, he might have had a dozen. Brad, let's go back to you.
Don't think this thing is over. New Jersey is a very good team coming into this series, having won 10 straight.
They play Duncan straight up. He takes it over Collins and got the roll.
The two best defensive big men in the game today.
Before he scored, the Nets had been empty on all 6 of their trips down court.
Parker got it. Tony Parker.
Press conferences and then 48 hours ensuing after game 1.
Malik Rose in the lineup for the Spurs as Duncan up and in.
Well, if you're going to come, Jason Kidd.
Tim Duncan in game 1 had 32 points on only 14 shots.
Here's Tim on the baseline, answering the call for us again. 7 points.
Too much ball handling, the movement that was there early in the first quarter.
Wow.
They seem to come by the wayside.
Duncan, a little bit short, but got it back and made sure.
Not get called for. It's the finals. Come on.
You looked in from atop of the sold-out SBC Center as David Robinson goes inside. In the middle of another 3-minute one right here.
But the story of David Robinson unable to produce a series and games go on is coming through once again tonight.
Duncan, there's some producing.
Throw it down, TD.
10 for Duncan. 5-point game. Jumper outside and Bowens all over the rebound.
Long rebound starting.
Oh, got him. Good bank pass.
Tim Duncan, will he get a touch here? He does with Collins on him. They double him and Parker will take the outside jumper and knock it down. Tony Parker with a minute remaining, third quarter. Try to get it to Tim Duncan. They finally do, and he lays it in. Hit after. Tim Duncan hasn't hit a free throw tonight in his 4 trips. There, he rips that one. Maybe it was the wrong end of the
in the last 20 years that a player in the NBA Finals had 20-plus points and rebounds.
Duncan again with Mutombo on it. Jump hook by Duncan. Tough shot.
Well, as good as Mutombo is, he still can't guard Tim Duncan out of the block.
Getting down to 3:15 remaining.
Well, based on what the Spurs have done in the playoffs, they may have him right where they want him.
Could be. Rebound, a potential miss here, but you got to inbound the ball, and you got to get the ball to free throw shooters.
2-point game is done.
Tony Parker running it up court. Parker to Jackson. Might be a winner. In and out. Robinson, and the Nets have survived it. They won it. They win it on the road. Duncan wants it in the paint for the hook, and he got it. Finally, the other night, Tim admittedly said, you know, I miss so many free throws. If I hit 2 more, it's a different guard.
It gives you that confidence, and sometimes it can carry you through the rest of the game.
And he did get off to a good start.
It's a foul.
And Duncan 4 for 5 already tonight. Rose with the outside jumper. That's way short. Duncan trying to go straight back up with it and does.
Why you keep your in this series. Only averaging 8 points on 36% shooting.
They double him again. Off balance, he got one to go.
Well, you know, Hart, I mean, they're here, aren't they? If they're in this stage of the game, you got Hart in the building.
Michael J. Fox, we appreciate it. Have fun watching the game. Brad, let's go back to you.
Tim Duncan to David Robinson inside.
Has fallen apart here since Jason Kidd is on the bench. The rest of these guys have got to come alive and help AJ.
Speedy Claxton gives the Spurs the lead back. Claxton in there with Duncan, Robinson, Ginobili, and Steven Jackson. Duncan's going to go straight up over Mutombo.
When you're playing as well as he is in a low-scoring game.
And Duncan's personal on Kmart.
And that was all set up because of the defensive front by Kmart.
We're deciding between Aaron Williams and Dikembe Mutombo.
They wanted to guess which guy would work better with their zone.
Everybody offensively, as you can see by those percentages. That's not saying too much. Tim Duncan leads the break. The pass to Ginobili. What a dish by Duncan.
Forget about making a bucket. How about just not falling down?
Turnovers in the corner. The Spurs all kinds of trouble. Can Parker hit another? Yes, he can. Almost turned it over. 7 on the shot clock. And now they do turn it over. Rose, who had the shot on one end, the steal on the other, and Duncan finger rolls it. And then the break with Duncan scoring, and Byron Scott with court sounds in the huddle for his team talking about
line underneath the basket. They're getting stuck in the key after picking up their dribble.
At least after back-to-back turnovers, they'll take it. There's Rose again.
Necessity when you play it with a great player like Tim Duncan. Always keep active, never stop.
That was Duncan's 13th rebound. Now here he is offensively. Parker wide open 3. Got it! Tony Parker.
Collins out and come back with Dikembe Mutombo.
Duncan hits the second of 18 Nets turnovers. Under 3 minutes, in fact, at 2.5. Duncan through traffic. That's why he's an MVP.
You see right here, Eric Williams, always a tough task guarding this guy. Getting the hands over and then up.
But still, he's had a magnificent night. Whoa, and he missed them both. Duncan got the offensive rebound.
But he's hit his free throws prior to these ones.
And he rips that one.
His legs, which seems to be a game-by-game.
They stay at home. They're not the better team. They don't have home court advantage.
And last shot up by Kidd and off the mark at 84-79. The Spurs have snatched it right back after losing by 2 in Game 2 on their home floor at SBC Center. And Game 4 from Continental Airlines Arena, where the banner hangs outside. They won a championship for the basketball team like the hockey team got just 2 days ago.
Kenyon Martin only gets to play 3/4 of the tilt because of the excessive fouling.
Kenyon Martin is fouled out of one. There's a backdoor cut by Parker and the great feed by Duncan.
Jump shot.
Kidd's going to try for 2 in a row. Robinson off the miss. The outlet to Parker. He's got Bowen in front. Didn't see him in time. Duncan, a little head fake. Maybe half a travel and a score.
Tease him, Tim.
Now with Tim Duncan filling the middle lane.
Oh, just everybody's out there. Kittle's got to step in there and take that charge.
Oh, please.
Get in there. Come on. Second.
By the Nets.
What a crossover by Parker. Jackson gave up a 3, and again he does the whirling dervish inside to Duncan. Crossing the lane with the right hand, ends up sprawled in front of the Spurs bench. This time Jackson slows it down.
And Rose got him.
They finally get it to him after an extra pass, and Duncan tips it in. 14-10 San Antonio. Ginobili's in there for the Spurs, along with Parker, Duncan, Jackson. And it's Duncan off the glass. Tom and I watched him work on that. I bet it was 20 minutes.
Out of that timeout, Byron Scott should can that speech.
Spurs have missed their last 6. Duncan will try to alleviate that problem, and as only he can, he hits double figures. Kidd backing him in, trying to spin and leaves it. Now the baseline for Martin. Tipped, missed, pulled down by Mutombo and blocked from behind.
Back in 4 minutes left to go in the second. They just got to be able to get some offense going.
What an inbound. Off the inbound, off the glass, automatic.
When was the last time you saw that play run for a center?
Turnaround jump shot, getting to the free throw line. Their bench right now has been the key.
That block by Kenyon Martin, guys, the 13th of the game, tying a finals record. And Tim Duncan, Mr. Dependable, over Williams and off the glass again. Struggles so far through the playoffs.
I'm surprised that more players don't use the glass.
Clears it off.
Well, they need to keep close and stay in this when New Jersey does. Because if you get behind by 7 or 8, you'll start wondering what the heck's going on.
And Duncan came over to help out Bowen and block the shot.
Everyone, what a block, and then to come right back and have it.
Or he doesn't know that, but his objective is to get to the line.
And to the line he goes, where he knocks it down.
We talked about Duncan now, 3 for 3 for the night.
Down there yelling at his teammates, get me the ball.
Mutombo on him. Kidd comes to help out. Ginobili has an open 3, and he knocked it down.
Tonight, 22 offensive rebounds for the Spurs on the evening and counting.
Here's Tim Duncan. Mutombo on it.
Not a lot of movement off the ball by the Spurs.
Duncan over Mutombo. Wow. Thought that he was fouled the last trip down, and he shows as much anger as he's shown. Kenyon Martin inside. Duncan stripped it. Martin's got another chance, and Duncan blocked it again. Can he get three? Did. Nope. Not the third time.
They're listening to Charles Smith against the Bulls a few years back. Underneath the bucket. Up. Block. Let me get it back. Up. Block. Let me get it back one more time, please, somebody.
There with him. Here's the last 9 seconds of game 4. Kerr having trouble getting it in. Got it into Duncan. Duncan driving on Kenyon Martin and lays it in with 5.6 left.
As is this young man here, the league's MVP, waltzing in.
Needing 3 points. Ginobili gets a look. Gets his man in the air for the tie. No! Duncan puts it back up, but it's not enough. And the Nets have won it. There's the starters again. Joe Crawford has got ball in hand. Bennett Salvatore and Dick Bavetta, the other two officials. Since Tim Duncan in San Antonio turns it over on their first possession. And
nice
now
D.
Duncan steals it right back.
Oh, a 7-footer out there picking your pocket.
He wants to get to that jump hook a lot.
And now he strips it from Duncan again, but it comes free to Bowen. Duncan's just going to turn and deal right there.
Well, I'm surprised he takes so much time.
Yes, it comes out to Jackson.
Long rebounds at the foul line often determine huge games like this.
Duncan gave up a 17-footer for a runner and then tipped it in.
I just throw it out the front of the rim.
In the game, but with Kittles and Kidd playing fabulously, hope is alive for New Jersey.
Mutombo, you can see on Duncan, has checked in, almost stripped the ball from him, and Tim got possession back.
Me?
Parker around a Duncan pick right back to him, and Duncan will take the long jumper and knocks it down.
That's the path of least resistance right there.
Lucius Harris will take the jumper. Ginobili got a piece of it. Duncan right back to Ginobili on the break. Trying to tie it up and does.
Well, he is. Around. See if they can dribble drive or pass it in there. Because if they just keep passing it around that perimeter, there you go.
They're inside, and it's blocked by Duncan.
And he says our bad shot selection is fueling the Nets offense, Brad.
He's put Tony Parker back in there, along with Rose and Duncan. Ginobili. And Duncan off the feed from Rose.
A long while there, Malik Rose. Right now, the Spurs are outworking and outthinking the Nets.
Jefferson, nice spin inside, didn't finish though. And foul was on Collins, and it sends Tim Duncan to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Duncan with 11 points, snapping that 7-0 run.
How about the level of professionalism?
Down to 5 seconds remaining in a half. Duncan will get the last chance, it appears, on the baseline. Tim Duncan, and he knocked it down just before the horn sound.
That guy's pretty good.
He's got 14 points to go with 10 rebounds. And, didn't really work very well. Kidd got Parker in the air, blocked by Duncan. Third block shot by Tim Duncan.
On a pace to set another, and virtually no stopping them.
Tim's numbers, a double-double again, as always.
Circulating in their attack. And this is why.
Tim Duncan gets a double team. They move it around the perimeter, and now Jackson leaves it for Duncan.
Even better defense by Tim Duncan.
Now Claxton bringing it for the Spurs. Bowen for 3. Duncan somehow got that rebound and puts it in.
What a rebound game.
Where's the consistency?
He gets 2 fouls in 21 seconds.
NBA Finals. No one likes the refs.
In fact, as Mutombo's just gotten up, getting ready to remove the warm-up.
How about zone defense for the Nets?
Spurs now haven't had a field goal in 3 minutes. Duncan over Collins. There's one.
Duncan hasn't had the explosive game since game 1 when he had
still flying out on him. It would be interesting to see. I'd be interested to see if Parker get involved in this game a little bit.
Duncan, we know he's involved. He's looking there and trying to get it down to Rose, and does.
What a pass. Because if San Antonio comes right back and scores, you could be in a deflated situation.
Yeah, I always go 2 for 1.
Jefferson underneath. Duncan blocked the shot, his 4th of the night.
Who's going to guard Tim Duncan? Aaron Williams faces that unenviable test. What a pass.
And Parker with a reverse layup off the glass. Tim, who had trouble earlier in the series from the free throw line, tonight is 5 of 6, make it 6 out of 7.
Down. He said that when Jason Kidd has to score and shoot too much, the Nets don't play well. Everybody else standing around.
Duncan on the baseline.
No.
It goes.
What an angle.
It doesn't matter who it is. That's a foul 95% of the time in this league.
There's Duncan's night from the field and the line, and he continues to drain him from the stripe. He
utilizes the complete roster, and you got a great post feeder in Steve Kerr out there.
Kidd trying to double, and that leaves Kerr open, and he knocked down a 3. As they're going to fall down by 10 points, which will be the second biggest margin of victory by either team in the series.
Good effort. We shot the ball a little better. Our turnovers were still there, but we seemed to get a lead and keep giving it back, get a lead, keep giving it back, but luckily enough down the stretch we kept it.
ABC Sports brings you the New Jersey Nets and the San Antonio Spurs.
And he starts at 1 forward, 7 foot from Wake Forest University. 21, Tim Duncan.
Tony Parker looking for a pick from Duncan, gives it right back to him. And now Tim driving on Kenyon Martin and got it.
Jason Collins, who's made vast strides, will have to develop that short little 12-foot jumper to help his squad down the road.
Almost halfway through the quarter, we haven't seen a foul yet.
Instead of being stagnant and standing around.
Tim Duncan's been very good from the line the last 2 games, and he rips that one.
Set people up, but boy, let it fly.
Spurs are approaching 3.5 minutes without a field goal, and that one doesn't go either, but Duncan will take another, and he knocks it in.
6 for 13, right around 50%. If that can keep up, they're going to be in great shape.
Well, how long is that going to last, though?
It said if it could.
Jefferson, nice feed inside to Williams, but Tim Duncan has blocked his 3rd shot of the quarter.
And you look right here, Duncan. I mean, these guys are tremendous defenders. White ball, put it back. I say, you know, we can't have that.
I know we had to put a buck in this machine, but we can't have that. Duncan wants it down low. 21 seconds left. The feed to Jackson as he slices through the lane. 2 big shots and an even bigger steal that helps seal Game 5. He's in there, and so is Speedy Claxton. Nice feed from Duncan to Jackson, and Jackson points as if to say,
they have not done that tonight. They've got to get back to what makes them the odds-on favorite to win this championship.
Inside, outside, and Claxton knocks it down again.
Some pretty good power players coming out of Xavier.
Not forget that Aaron Williams' grandmother suffered a life-threatening stroke in the Detroit series in the Eastern Conference Finals. He had to miss some time.
Tim Duncan
to get his team in this ballgame. Watch the reaction. That's about as much as you're going to see to cut it to a 5-point ball game.
But on the hot seat with Stuart Scott in the pregame show, Tim Duncan was saying, that's not who I am for San Antonio.
They've done a good job attacking this, not staying on the perimeter, being aggressive.
Zone defense again, and
just like
Kenyon Martin got it inside. Block shot by Duncan. But Collins is there. Working on, as proud of their son, I'm sure, as a basketball player, but as the human being he is and the things he's done in this city. Here's Duncan. Kick out to Bowen. Good 3-point shooter. Got it! Several minutes. He's got to get more involved as he had 7 early.
I think things are changing, though. San Antonio starting to come alive.
Duncan blocks another shot. At him, or he might have hit it, and now it's Tony Parker. The rebound. Duncan's in front. He didn't see him in time. Now he got it to him off the glass. In and out. Duncan's second chance.
Spurs down 4. A chance to cut further into the Nets lead that at one point was 10.
Nice pass.
Robinson from Duncan.
Duncan in a low block for the tie. Got it!
And that's the 11th turnover of the night for San Antonio. They're playing far too tight. Parker, Bowen, Ginobili, Rose have got to come alive.
The extra pass, Duncan to Robinson.
New Jersey leading by 10. Duncan trying to get it to Robinson and can't find the opening. Tim will take the outside shot and got it. Duncan's first basket of the quarter from the outside.
It's amazing. Somebody might want to come over and help him.
Jefferson Nice feed inside. Mutombo in there. He'll guard Duncan. Not from out there, he won't. And Duncan got another. Tim Duncan has also become Mr. Outside from the top of the circle. That one brought the crowd up, and that's where we are right now.
Lucius Harris now in their critical juncture.
Claxton gets it to Duncan, who faces Mutombo. Duncan scores inside.
Big guys aren't supposed to cross over like that.
Tim Duncan, Mr. Everything. Watch the move and the crossover on Mutombo. That gave him his 20th point.
Rogers should be able to punish Jackson.
Backing him in. Up and under, blocked by Duncan. He's trailing with under 8 minutes to play.
You've got to let Duncan isolate against Mutombo here. Nice.
Rose is all alone. They came over to help out.
Half court. Since that 9-0 spurt of fast break points, they've only had 2 more fast break points since then.
Rogers packs it back inside of Martin. Blocked by Duncan.
Go right into his face and throw up weak stuff.
Duncan gives it up. Jackson for the first lead. Got it!
The 31st block by Tim Duncan.
They've come up empty on their last 7 trips, have the Nets offensively. Now it's Duncan backing in. The kick out. Jackson's hit 2 big threes. He's hit 3! Averaging 26 points and 15 rebounds. He's been even better than that. 17 rebounds for David Robinson. Tim Duncan coming out. I wonder who your MVP is. The San Antonio Spurs are your world champions.
Is the most valuable player of the 2003 NBA Finals. Congratulations, Tim Duncan.
Absolutely, it was. Those guys didn't want to go home. They didn't want to give up, but our team stuck with it. Our guys were incredible tonight. We played the whole way through. Just a lot of credit to our guys.
Finley is now 1 of 15, by the way. 18 points Spurs lead. Duncan passes back in. Loves it. Loves that move. They say is failing him. We talk to players around the league. They say his body is quitting on him. Duncan.
Usually David would be there and be another option.
It's Tim Duncan. Count it! Tonight may change that trend. We begin the 4th quarter. Duncan and Ostertag catching outside the lane. And Tim Duncan puts it in. Duncan, the fake. He's got 40. Tim Duncan has scored 40. Inside Duncan working on Karl Malone. One-on-one. No defensive help here. Last time it was a jump ball. Tim Duncan has just tied his career high.
Duncan from the left side this time, and he goes to the bank once more.
How confident is that? He steps out there, shoots that basketball, posts up.
Houston has 16. Duncan double team, scores anyway, plus the foul.
So look at that clock get down against them right now. This is where San Antonio gets themselves in trouble. Starts standing around.
5 seconds to shoot. Duncan will. And he banks it home from long range.
I guess you can stand around, but when you got that guy, he's sort of a...
The clocks above each basket are off, and the corner clocks, which have been rolled onto the floor, are on. Duncan spins and hits off the glass. He's
9 field goal attempts, all threes.
Here's Duncan off the glass. George, by the way, 6 out of 10 on those threes. Duncan now has 4, and the game is tied at 9.
Crowding Duncan, the traffic right here. That's not close enough. You give your Greg Popovich, you're down, you struggled all game, but your defense has been your staple all year.
Lower the score, better their chances. They led the league along with Detroit in scoring. off the glass. Tim Duncan's last shot.
And when he doesn't dwell on the shot, he seems to be more comfortable. Here is Duncan with a couple of fakes. Duncan banks it in. So there's sec because he can change the height of his shot. Antonio Daniels, the backup point guard, has come in, and Duncan fouled. 85% shooting and blocked 10 shots. That's why they're up by 6 with 6:38 to go in the fourth. The basket by Duncan, good, and the foul. Yeah, I like what Papa.
Tim needs some touches. There's no doubt about that. He's still stuck on 9. He had 9 in the first quarter.
Make it. Try to dominate on defense. Take his game to another level.
Tim Duncan and a cute angle at that.
And now 5 on the shot clock. Daniels can't go anywhere. And Duncan with 1 second puts it up and scores off the glass to give San Antonio the lead here so that they get some easy points. Duncan has it blocked by Nestorovich. Now driving in against Garnett. And the foul. Zerbiak has 16 and 3 are tied with 11 for the Timberwolves. Swooping in.
Post as he does now. Many times then he'll come out high, initiate the offense, and then they go side to side. This time to Duncan, who looks at you.
Duncan again. Ewing gets a little tighter on him because Duncan's shown he can hit the shot. Nice spin. Off balance. You can't afford to make that pass.
Was set for Duncan. The clear out for TD. Against Nowitzki. Got the contact. Gets it again. 5 on Nowitzki. Duncan to the line already with
the man who came to trap has to get out. You can't hold that trap in the corner.
Huge possession for the Spurs. Duncan over Manning as he's hit on the wrist. Taking it upon himself to keep the Spurs in the game single-handedly.
And he gets three-point plays continually.
Spurs back within 1. Tim Duncan a season-high 40 points. They want to find Tim Duncan to work on Howard. Flare out. Only 6 on the shot clock, though. Working past Howard. Duncan does it again. Back to back. Will Duncan do it? You know where they want to go. Howard's all over him. The clear out for Tim Duncan. Right by Juwan Howard. The finger roll. It's all even.
Here, Duncan facing the basket. Isolated against Garnett. And the one. Turkoglu with the rebound. Good timing by Hito. And Tim Duncan.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones. You won't ache my soul, you can't get to me.